Super women rule!
Run, babies
I
upstairs.
was ready for
I don't know what happened with my computer. I think my computer froze. I'm passing it back to you.
Does anybody know where I was when we got? Okay, I guess we're back. We're
Five
live.
series.
Pardon me?
About to start your 5 series.
Okay, cool. So welcome back, everybody. We are live once again. This is, hey, it's technology. You know what? When this kind of stuff happens, just chill, relax. We were, it was cool because the three of us were just like, oh, we're not live anymore, and we're all just calm, and it's like that's something that you really. I think once you grasp that, you have way more fun at this. When you just kind of realize, hey, stuff happens, and the technology is never going to be perfect. As much as I was, going on about what awesome technology Google Hangouts is, it's not perfect. It's, so you just got to roll with it. So I'm going to pick up where I think I left off, and that was talking about how to create a series and how to, use that as something that you create now and that's going to work for you pretty much for years to come. And I had a little cheat sheet that I was looking off of here, and everything just went wonky. Give me 1 sec to find that again, if you wouldn't mind.
Well, when we went off air, my Chihuahua was doing a dance for the ladies.
Nice.
He was dancing for the ladies. Right, the cow? Right, the cow? You were doing the Chi-Chi dance?
Cuteness. Okay, my computer's like, that is not making me happy.
My computer was bonkers. It was so slow during my presentation.
Okay, I'm ready. Sorry about that. Found it. Okay, so I'm talking about, I may be repeating myself, but again, we don't know totally when we went off air, but talking about creating a 6-part Google Hangout series, and in order to do that, you want to come up with 5 things, okay? So 5 parts to the series, and I'll explain why it's 5, not 6, in just a second, but mistakes work great, reasons, tips, steps, just some examples. 5 biggest mistakes that people make when starting an online business. Boom, there's your series. 5 coolest summertime crafts for kids. Boom, there's your series. 5 weight loss mistakes that healthy women make. There you go, there's your series. So you can see, like, I gave you examples in 3 totally different niches. Niche, niche, same word. That's what I mean when I say niche. And so, it doesn't matter what your niche is. It doesn't matter what your passion is. You can create a series about exactly that. So you want to come up with your list of 5, and then on your first Hangout, and this is when it actually becomes a 6-part series, your first Hangout is really all about sharing what that list is. So your first Hangout is going to say, hi, my name is Sue from Vernon, and in this Google Hangout series, I am going to teach you the 5 weight loss mistakes that healthy women make. So number 1 is, well, we eat too much chocolate, and number 2 is we're not getting enough exercise, and number 3 is, so you list off the 5, whatever those 5 are for your series. That's your first video. So the first video is laying out the foundation of what your series is by explaining what those 5 things are, and then each subsequent Hangout is based on diving into each one of those items. So your first Hangout will be going through, why we eat too much chocolate, or whatever it was that I said there, and then the second one will focus on the 2, and so now by coming up with a list of 5 things, you have created an outline for a 6-part series. Now these Hangouts that I'm talking about do not need to be really long. I'm not talking about like hour-long trainings at all. I'm talking about 5 to 7 minutes for each one of these videos. Okay, so 6-part series, 5 to 7 minutes each long, 5 to 7 minutes each. And again, like this is something that you're going to build up. I'm actually going to give you kind of the structure of how you want to syndicate it, because of course, again, back to that thing, you got to get people there. And I'm actually going to share my screen so you can see all this. So for those of you who haven't done screen share, I always like to explain what I'm doing. Just there's a screen share app at the top left of your Google Hangout window. You click on that, you select which screen you want to share, you click share, and if all goes well, You should be able to see my screen. They've got this thing now that comes up that shows that you're sharing your screen, which is kind of cool. That's what you had too, Marisol, so you just hide that if you want. And so, okay, so here's basically the lowdown of what I was talking about of how to create your 6-part series. So after you've created it, then you want to get people there. And so you want to do that. There's a number of ways, but you can send out a series of emails over 1 week. So a week before your first one, say, I've got this great series coming up. It's going to, I mean, make a big deal of it. Like, that's the cool thing about marketing is that you know, we get to share our enthusiasm, and by doing that, that is what gets people excited. You know, it's not this false hype. It's not the endless barrage of, you know, earn money online guaranteed and, you know, 100 instant messages every day. It's your genuine excitement and enthusiasm about what you're doing that excites people. So so if you put an email together a week before it starts, I hope you've all got a taken a screenshot of that, because as you can see, that this is going to be your really challenging, I know this is super challenging assignment for this week, but yeah, so you want to start that email series, send like 3 or 4 through the week saying you've got the series coming up, and then one email that I think is so important is the one that you send out right when that Hangout is starting, and you can schedule this ahead of time in Aweber, but it's an email that goes out right at start time, and a great subject line. I learned this one years ago, and it works so well for me every time. I get such a huge open rate, is "We're waiting for you." And it goes out, you know, maybe 5 minutes before your Hangout starts. "We're waiting for you," and then it's the link, and if people open that right then, they can get on to you live right away, and it's just kind of that instant, you know, sometimes people don't want to plan ahead to be on a Hangout a week from now. Like, who's got, you know, who's that organized that you know if you can be available at noon next Friday, you know, a week from tomorrow. So sending them that last minute, so maybe you can send one to them a week before, 5 days before, maybe 3 leading up to the actual day, and then the morning of saying it's starting today, and then right when it's starting you send out that other, and it's just sharing that excitement and enthusiasm. Of course, you want to do a Facebook event, you want to do a Google Plus event, post it on Facebook and Instagram and, you know, all of the social networks. And that is going to provide you with a tool that you can continue to use over and over again. This will attract people to you, you know, especially in your niche. If you stay focused on what your niche actually is, it's going to attract the right people to you, and you're just going to see the leads coming in, and then those leads turn into sales, and boom, that's what gets us excited about working online. So so there you go. I talked to you about about how to structure your Hangout, why you should be using Google Hangouts, the 4 biggest mistakes. Marisol and I had a great little chat about it, and about the slide thing, and she knows that I wasn't on her about that at all. Her slides were awesome, and the Pinterest stuff, because even as she pointed out, there's so much information sometimes that the slides help you in the note-taking process. There's no getting around that. So so talked about some mistakes people make, and now how to create your own 6-part Google Hangout series to like completely rock it online. So that is your assignment. If you like, I will let's see, yeah, I'll just show that to you one more time so you can take a quick screenshot of that. That is your assignment. I will post that in the group as well. I believe that there's going to be a lot of people that aren't going to do this, but I am so excited for the people that are, because I just know the impact that you're going to see from this. I know that if you do all those things in creating that series, that it's gonna take you to a whole new level online. So very much looking forward to those who want to step it up and do this, you know, fairly challenging assignment. It's going to take you some work and some thought, and it's gonna be awesome. So looking forward to seeing that. That's what I got, and I'm just going to roll into Alicia. Thank you, Layla, for getting us back on. She's obviously dealing with baby B still, and Alicia's going to talk to us about Google Hangout capture pages, which is awesome. So over to you, Alicia. Thanks, everybody.
You're awesome, Sue. Excellent tips. I just started a series on Google Hangouts, and I've started to see more interaction with that because I started to use more events, and just last minute too, and posting stuff. And as we just learned, you can only have a Google Hangout live for like 5 minutes if the host leaves. So we were like, I think she's gone.
Right?
And so
Well, that's interesting.
we
And,
just
and just to, yeah, like just to really clarify that, Alicia, because it's really good to know. Because I've often been booted out of my own Hangouts, and I can get back in no problem. But yeah, like you said, the host can leave if they come back right away. But if the host doesn't come back right away, then poof, right?
5
So
minutes.
we all learned that tonight. It's awesome. It's always good to learn new stuff right in the middle of the Hangout.
That was another team. They were so pissed at me, but no one else could get a hangout going, so I got a hangout going, and the weather was like horrible, and so the weather was coming down where I was coming too. I was like, you just never know. I'm going to go to church, and I'll just leave the hangout on. By the time I halfway got to church, it was over. What can you do? Just leave it on and let it happen. So we're on. Let's see, my Hangout thing. Go inside the group. If you have like some questions, we're going to underneath the post of where we're doing our Hangouts, and then we're going to have a question Hangout sometime coming soon. If you missed some of the points that they're doing, especially mine, because it's going to be kind of technical. So can you see me? I'm going to go do a screen share and have a few slides. I'll come back and do a demonstration as well. So I'm not sure. I want to try to see if I can do the PowerPoint. Oh my goodness. Hopefully that'll start. Okay, I'm already at the homework. Can you see my screen? So
Yeah.
You're gonna have to unmute.
We can see your homework. I am muted for you. There you go. You're at the beginning. Perfect.
Okay, I didn't know whether to use it like a slideshow or just to show this. I've done it before where I've done the slideshow from the beginning. Can you see it better now? Is it bigger?
Give it a
unmute again.
second.
Or I have to start it over.
Give it a second to kick in. It's not kicking. The slideshow's not kicking in.
Okay. Okay, I bet. Yeah. See,
It'll-
sometimes
you know what,
with
it
a full
looks pretty-
screen like that, it doesn't.
Yeah, we can see it pretty clearly if you just want
You
to
can see it like that?
toggle from one to the next. Yeah.
Okay. Well, as you know, I'm going to empower you ladies that you can do this, even though you think you're so close to getting the right exact link to putting this technical knowledge on there. Never quit. So I put this as a motivation for you guys. Okay, I wanted to share a little bit of who I am because I know there's a lot of superwomen that don't know kind of our backgrounds when we're able to present or where we came from or how we got this information in order to share with you. And I wanted just to give you a quick rundown. And I know this, I just added some more words to this, so it's kind of tiny. So I'll do the best I can to share a little bit of my background. Maybe you can see my face, Sue. I've gotten my grad degree from a BA degree and from Western Kentucky University from music education. I always thought I'd be a piano teacher, and my piano teacher when I was little said, you should go into pedagogy. And I was like, what is that? So I just loved playing the piano and teaching. So when we moved to Arkansas, I couldn't find any piano students I could do at home because I had 15 in Kentucky. I got 15 in Alabama when we lived there, and we moved to Arkansas. I couldn't get any, so I went and got my teaching certificate, and I taught choir, and I got to a small class, and I got to teach piano. And then I got my kinder music certification when I got my daughter, and I thought I'll just wait till I have my daughter and be able to learn how to do kinder music. And when I had my daughter, that's when I was going through the transition to get online and get in to how can I make some income online. So that's when I started back in 2007, and as you can see, I was going through that transition and learning from the industry leaders, and didn't really know who the industry leaders were until I saw the big visions and goals that they had, and who was really making a lot of money in the industry, and just started step by step from one industry leader to another. So I have several listed there Jacob Isaac. I mean, I could go on and all leaders, and you probably know half of them. And I've gotten, I've earned top 50 MLM blog several years ago in a row in blog, and earned 33 so far in Empower. So I've learned this strategy of how to create capture pages back when I went to the camp with Black and Tam in Orlando, Florida, and Toby really laid out exactly step by step and got everybody on the same page to create capture pages, and got us started on Optimized Press, even though I was like determined not to use that system because I had another one. But I ended up getting it anyways. And they shared with me a plugin tool that I could use to create custom pages like that, and that was like the missing ingredient I really wanted to learn. So this is an advanced strategy that I paid, I'm all in and got some knowledge and dove in and strategized and learned some technical know-how. And I am not like the guru of all the technical stuff. I will tell you resources of where to go because I don't know everything. So what do you actually need to create your own Hangout page? Obviously, we wish we could use Empower, and you can doing Hangout pages if you are in a group of Hangouts. Just grab that YouTube link and post it in your Empower blog. Don't feel like you have to have all these tools. I've told my team, just go put it on your Empower blog and invite people to your blog, and that's what you're going to tell the beginner members. But when you're advanced and you're in a training that you want to learn the specific knowledge to have a blank page that you want for your team to share, this is what you're wanting to need. You're going to need a good domain. Don't ever use the number 2. I've learned that from mine. People would think, is it the number, or is it the 2O, or is it 2WO? Just one domain tip right there. So don't use the number 2 in your domain. Use something simple, short, less than 15 characters, hopefully, and 1 or 2 words. Get a domain that everybody can use. We got Millionaire Mindset Hangout and created that. Something with Hangout that your team's going to do. It'll be pretty cool. And then it could be themed. I'm going too fast here. The hosting you can get is, you can find some cheap ones ranging from $2 a month to $10 a month and to more than that. Just look at your budget and see what you want to do. Some of them have yearly prices, some of them have 2-year prices, just like domains, what you want to get done. Mine is actually hosted with HostGator. I've tried GoDaddy's hosting, and I don't recommend it. They're not secure hosting, and it kind of is not really secure. I've just not had really good success, and I have not had a lot of people recommend that. So I would rather use your hosting with HostGator, Bluehost, and JustHost are the 3 places I would recommend you go get hosting from. There are plenty of more for you to go Google out there and get plenty of hosting from that are good prices. So I am just going to send my recommendations, and you go find it, and you might want to ask your sponsor. They may have an affiliate link with one of these and say, hey, I'm going to go get some hosting. Do you have an affiliate link? And find out where those resources are. Yeah, I'm going too fast. This is, when you get your hosting, just download the WordPress. This is where I'm using the plugins from. So just get wordpress.org. And actually, in order to do this, I got my domain, and I had it all my the names forwarded over to my hosting. I said this is where I want it hosted on my domain server. And honestly, I called the hoster. I called HostGator and said, this is my domain, and I want WordPress on it, and I want you to do it for me. So I called HostGator, and I had them step by step set it up for me. It probably took me a little time to wait on there, but each of these places have a good customer service that you can call, and they can do this for you. Do not feel technical savvy that you have to go figure this out online because it's in the middle of the night. They all should have 24-hour service no matter what time you are doing this, to call them and be able to help you set that up. So I am not going to show you step by step of how to set up your domain, how to set up your hosting, and to get WordPress on there. So that is what I'm just going to say, just call the host and they're going to do it for you. And I'm just going to leave it simple as that, because once you have it, they will give you your admin, be able to log in and all that. I'm not the technical resource. So I'm going to give you the plugins that I recommend that you do have to purchase and put in on there. And there are so many that I'm going to just share the ones that I use, and if you have plugins that you recommend for the team to check out that's easy for you to use, share them with us and let us know what you use so we know what is easy for everybody to plug in. The Hangout pages, thought it was cool. Share, let them know privately you have a affiliate link, or do that on your own blog post of what you love to share, what plugins you use. So I use the WP Squeeze page, and I do have an affiliate link for that, and it's a pretty blank page, and it's been around for a while, so it's pretty secure, and they do update it. I believe you can do the same on WordPress, Optimize Press. I just haven't done a lot of Hangout pages, but it does a lot of capture pages and customized stuff. It's just a little bit more process and a little bit more learning curve, I would say, Optimize Press than WP Squeeze page. So this one was the easiest one I'm going to do. And there are so many more. If there are more people that, like I said, have more, please share. But you want the Cookie Monster plugin to make it cookied for whenever you do a link inside of the button for people to click on the Empower join page, the Empower put their email in, whatever page for Empower that has the !ID equals. This is the one you want to take a picture of, because once you upload the Cookie Monster plugin, you want to go into the settings and put these parameters in there. It's simply, if you put ID equals, you will be able to put your team will be able to put their ID and be able to cookie it once they've refreshed their page and put their link on there. It will automatically refresh to their ID inside of Empower. I hope that was very clear. If they also use an S1 variable, it will do the same thing. So these are just the only parameters that I put in there. I just default to one day and do it that way. You cannot rotate this around. It's pretty much set on there. And I think we tried that at one time going, how can you rotate that? Go get your own rotator, link rotator, and put the !ID in the link rotator. All right, so now is demonstration time, but before I do that, I wanted to make sure that when you have your plugin all in there and you've got the Cookie Monster in there, what you want to do with that link inside of your Hangout page is to put that !ID equals and put the brackets around it, or you will not be able to hook up that Cookie Monster, will not be able to recognize in there. So these are the things that we're going to go over. The basic Hangout page is just to have a basic title, and you don't really necessarily have to have that. And of course your Hangout video and or a picture that it's coming soon, and then the button with your link that's going to be the cookied link that you all want to share and get people into your business, and a chat box. And I've also used Livefyre, I think that's how you spell it. And that's another chat box, and they have excellent customer support. They've just changed their format in the back office of the admin, so I've been having trouble putting it back on my pages. You have to go and code something weird, and some of my links have done that, some of them I don't. But you can call or message the support of Livefyre and say, I cannot get my chat feature of Livefyre commenting on my page, tell them the page, and they will give them an admin access, and they will put it on there for you. So their customer service is great as well. If you want to put Livefyre chat box on there, you can contact them and even do that for you. All right, so let's go over back to my page. Can you see the dashboard now? I know I've gone back to my browser, Sue. I'm going to wait a minute, see if you can see it. Maybe. Because I wanted to show you how to do a page. Let's see. I think I'm stuck. Okay, am I back? And everybody else is muted. Of course. Hopefully I'm still here. Okay, so I'm going to go back over and try to screen share again, the full screen, so you can see the dashboard of my WordPress back here. So you're going to get mumbo jumbo WordPress once you have your domain and your WordPress.com on there. Okay, so now you're going to go to Pages, and we're going to add a new page. So I'm going to show you how I almost do this daily now. We do tons of capture videos, custom videos for list. You can do them for that, and I know Michelangelo is like famous on that. Do specialized videos just for your list. And you need a title. Let's see, what am I doing this one? DVD special, I don't know. All right, so you got your title. You don't really have to have a title in here. I'm not going to put one. And I'm going to show you an example of how to put, let's see, I want to go in here and to Empower and go to my media hosting and show you how to find that link. Let's see, I did one, I think I'm going to do this one. I did two of them. And you click on the gear and then the embedding options and then grab this embed link. Oh, I should do this too. I want to disable seeking and disable forward because this is a special like sales video. Okay, hopefully it refreshed that. Okay, take that link, go back to the text part and enter that in. And I always like to put the bracket and center it. For some reason, if I go into the visual part and tell it to center, it won't stick to being center. I don't know why that is. It's the way it is. And a good size for a blog post is 590, but for it by itself, I'm going to be 640 and 360. Seems like a good size. That's a little bigger, and you could probably go even bigger than that. All right, so then I'm just going to put a cool button at the bottom. Put a green start here. And you can put a custom URL here or when we do the page. Let's see. Oh, what is the Empower Network join page? Because always custom. Question mark, ID equals, and then the bracket, ID bracket. Oops, wrong bracket. Make sure it is the square bracket. We'll do full size. Okay, and it takes a minute to populate that. There you go. And you can double check that with the little pencil button, change the format with your new update. And make sure it clicks to an open tab. Hopefully that link's we're going to work. We're going to test it, and then we update it. So I always have to go back to the button and make sure it opens in a new tab. This is where I add with the WP speech page. If it's a personal sales video, I want to hide it. I don't want it on my first page. And this is the page attributes that it will show the different types of pages that I have. I remember back in the day I had a naked one. That was like the only thing available. It's kind of funny. All right, so I'm just going to use a basic squeeze page, and you can change the background, picture, and colors on and down here. The squeeze page template, the background color by just scrolling that down or choosing a file. Seems like it's one of these. I never can remember, so I just do both sometimes. And I think that's it. All right, so let's save this draft. So I'm doing my homework here, just creating a new sales page. And then we can preview that and see if that's working. I hope this demonstration is helpful, and I hope you guys can see my screen. There we go. So we got the backgrounds, pretty cool. Oh, I need to remove my pin it buttons. And we got the special video. And let's see what happens when you hit the start. See if it. Now, since I am logged in of Empower, and if it's going to the join page, it's going to log me right back in. So I'm going to have to log out to see the join page, so you can check that out later. So I think this looks pretty good. I want to go down and remove my pin it buttons. because I have that cool plugin in there. And you can add in different plugins for sharing as well. I always wondered that if you do share it, if the cookie would hold. So I usually don't put the share buttons on there, but it's up to you. You can test different ones. And we'll go ahead and publish that. So that is my awesome Hangout page. They have nothing to do but watch the video, and it's not going to start, and they can't fast forward, and they have to watch the whole thing. And I've got a couple of different cool scenes in there, and then they screen it. Okay, so let's see if it refreshed. I've got it page published, and renew it. So awesome, it hurts. All right, and you know what we should put is the income disclaimer there at the bottom, and I think I've got a image shared of that as well. Let me do that, and you can cookie that link as well. It might take me a minute to find it in my images, because I've got so many awesome images on my fan page. Here it is. I don't know how I saw that. I'm going to go ahead and insert it, and then I'm going to edit it when it comes up. All right, so that is about it, folks. Let's do the URL. Oops, change the image. If any of you ladies that are on the Hangout and come and have any questions while I'm finishing this up, welcome. If I can get the right bracket. Okay. Open a new tab. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's update that. And I think I'm good. So we want everybody to share their awesome sales video that they're doing, their awesome Hangout pages that they create. We all can Google and use. I know I have used several teams' Hangout pages that I saw that they cookied in my list. I think that's the old one. There it is with the income disclaimer. Oh, I probably need to resize it because it doesn't really look that great. So it goes to the cookie page and then goes to the Hangout page. See, I don't think I even have a cookie on there, so because it's all defaulted to mine. Let me resize this quick, and you can go back and resize to any custom size you want. Oh my goodness, that looks too small. Let's customize the same size as the video, which I think is that. It's going to look funny, but that's okay. I don't care. I think they know that it's an income disclosure. You can just put your own text or whatever if you want. Need to retype it out probably. Oh well. Alright, so you guys know what a Hangout page is doing now. I will come back over here so you can see me. Hopefully you can see me. Whoo, I'm still live. Alright, I had one other homework, I think, and that was just to share a Hangout page if you do one that you all can leverage for each other for the team. And some ideas is to watch the videos, some success stories. There's tons of ideas with Hangouts you can do. Your series, create a button to go to the next one in your series. Do different themes. I've seen some moms have some awesome blogs, kind of like Hangout pages. There's like the Coffee Mom. And so we need to have a Hangout thread of when you do your Hangouts, or when you have Hangouts, when it's live, where to cookie it. You know, there's so many options in here. And like I said, mine was just the very basic. If there are more people that know how to do the share buttons, I pretty much copy swipe and paste right on to my page right there with the visual editor sometimes, and then I'll look at the link of it and see if I can copy the Facebook URL to share it in Facebook and some stuff like that. So I am here to, I guess, close it out and give, if there's anything else, I want to say post in the group. We're going to have a question and answer hangout pretty soon, and I know she had some homework too, who was going to get on the hangout. And so I'm going to end it there, and I want to thank you guys for coming out to the awesome Superwoman Bootcamp, and I hope that was helpful for you guys to see a demonstration and the tools you need, and I look forward to seeing those awesome hangout pages that we all can leverage to bring mass followers inside our business from all this cool stuff we're doing. So I look forward to seeing you guys take massive action on what you learned today, and I'll see you guys inside the Superwoman group. And don't forget, the one tomorrow is the call. I can't believe I'm going through the whole entire book review that Sheena usually does from the Persuasion Books Black Book. So go grab that PDF and review it a little bit tonight before the call tomorrow, because we've given out some insights from that book, and I can't believe I read the whole thing. So 160 some odd pages. So catch down the book review tomorrow at the Superwoman call. I'll see you there. Bye, guys.